Hey everyone, Sekriasin here, and welcome to another episode of Pointy Chins where I take you through my art journey. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a different episode because I'm going to be working on this comic called Freelance made by a guy called OzJ. So these are some character designs of his comic, and I start, of course, with the character designs because you got to know, who you're drawing. So this is kind of the cleaned up version. So this character is called Zero, and I guess she's kind of like from what I understood, the nerdy type. This character is like athletic. This one's kind of more cute, I guess, but I suppose overly very sexualized or something. And this one is a pretty female, and this is our main hero, OzJ. So the reason I did this is actually that OzJ was creating this comic, and I quite liked where he was going with it. And then he started having some doubts and thinking that maybe he'd just make it like a mainstream comic, and I thought that wouldn't be a very good idea, and I wanted to encourage him. He's also, one of my mentorship students. I wanted to encourage him, and so I thought, well, I'll do my take on his comic. So it's going to be a bit confusing unless I show you his comic to begin with. So I figure let's just go ahead and do that. So it's Freelance Chapter 1, and I guess I'll go ahead and read it. So this is a story based on real-life experience. Nothing here is overly dramatized. A person like that exists, and his life is a weird joke. I like a lot of the self-deprecating humor in this. Okay. Weirdo, freak, pervert, loser, beanpole, and many more. I've been called many names before, yet there is one name that I like. And it is called OzJ. Alright, so that was what he was drawing on his screen. Alright, so here's OzJ, 21-year-old otaku who draws a lot, self-declared pickup artist, and a freelancer. Ah, this is amazing. What do you think, Frankie? It's good, isn't it? Nope, it's 5 a.m. Well, time to go to bed. Frankie's his computer. Good night, Frankie. Sweet dreams. I know I'll have some. It's a bit confusing because you have to read it like Japanese style, like right to left. OzJ, please come play with us. What's that? Zombies? Brr. Protect us, OzJ. Ching. Don't you dare interfere with my dreams. My hero. Ah! God damn it, I'm stuck. No, please, I can't run. Ugh. So he wakes up. Oh, he still remembers the girl of his dreams. Oi, Frankie, I had an awesome dream. This is his room. I know it's early, but let me boost you up already. Let's see. I worked really hard. Just imagine it would get on the front page. He goes and checks his DeviantArt. This sucks! What was I thinking? Everyone's laughing at him, and there's his little drawing. OzJ. I don't deserve this at all. Stop. What is it, Frankie? OzJ, stop. You deserve everything you've got. Never say the opposite ever again. I'm listening. Not only have you been drawing all night for the past weeks, you also improved each time. That is why you think it sucks, even if it is great work. So what? If I don't get any jobs, it doesn't even matter. How about a little patience? You're an artist after all. And what about the logos you make? They're jobs too. Now that you mention it, I'm pretty hungry. Alright, so OzJ goes to the mall. Oi, OzJ! Hi, Eddie. As always? Yup. I gotta thank you. Huh? Why? Since you've been drawing the logo, my business is booming. Don't thank me. You're my first client after all. I don't know why he's getting Russian now. And without a doubt, not your last one. You're making me too confident. I still have ways to go. Haha, modest as always. Here, this one's on the house. Thanks. I love them all, especially. I could spend the whole day in here, looking for references. It's the perfect run. Well, at least I have my 2D girls. This is room. It's got a big ass living room. I'm home. Wardrobe, consoles, just otaku room. Time to check the web. So, I guess, Jetty Jet Show. Jetty Jet. Wow, this is amazing. How old are you? Fave. Someone actually commented. I'm 21 and thanks. Why do you ask though? Just wondering. Anyway, you want to draw via Gaggle Plus? Okay, sure, why not, I guess. Awesome. Note sent. I'm already in the Hangout. Hop in. Who is this person? Let's check the gallery. Potential, but no recognizable common thread. Not many acknowledge the potential. Fair enough, I guess. One new note. Not sure if... Female! Click. I'll be talking to an actual girl. If this is some fucker joke, I swear I'll kill him. And she's an artist. That's like holographic Charizard first edition. Joining the Hangout, please wait. She's my championship brave and my Kim Jong-gi original sketchbook. I'm so happy, can't think, must fap. Okay, stay cool, man. This is why I don't have a girlfriend. Hey, did you join? Is your mic off? I can only hear weird noises. She looks just like the girl of my dreams. All right, so that's what I had to work with. That's chapter 1 of Freelance, and so these are just sketches that I used for the thing. So I'll just be walking you through the sketches and a bit of my thought process. So I thought, well, let's begin with him typing at his computer. So I'm kind of redoing it. And then maybe having a silhouette, so we don't really see him right away. Maybe get a shot of the mouse pad. I don't think I was really able to get a shot of the mouse pad, but I wanted to get the sense of this guy's kind of, like, first of all, he's drawing. I didn't really get enough sense of him drawing, so I wanted to include his tablet. Okay, he's drawing. He licks his lips because he's kind of gross. And then here's a shot where I just imagined he could have a ceiling fan, so it could work as a compositional element. This helps frame things, so I'm not saying it's genius or brilliant or anything, but it's just like, okay, I want to frame this and I want it to be a bit more interesting. Let's just imagine the camera's on the ceiling and we're looking down at him, and then I guess if there was a ceiling fan, that could create like a diagonal frame, which is a bit more interesting. Just typing away, spinning his pen. Oh, here's a close-up on the mouse pad. And then he's gonna do his big one thing I like to be called, and it is OzJ. So at first I wasn't sure if I'd do something like this, and I decided on something more like this, like a dramatic thing. And then there's the girl, OzJ's drawing girl, and he's super happy about it. And he's like, yeah, that's great. All right, relaxing, and goes to sleep with his, I don't even know what they're called, the stuffed anime figure pillow, body pillow, I think. So here he is sleeping. Thought maybe have the blanket through his leg, like he's kind of humping it. And then there's a girl with on the beach, and he's just having a good dream. and then she gets attacked by these monsters. I decided to make them like all different kinds of monsters, not just zombies. And he brings out his axe and shring, cuts this guy in half. And then he throws his axe here. I did this one first and I realized I don't like this head being so big or small. Like, it feels like the body is really big. So I thought, okay, let me just redraw the head, make it more chibi, and then I'll just shrink the body. And this is one of the monster's friends, and he's just like, whoa. I had two different hand positions. I wasn't sure what he was going to do, so I settled on this one. So all the things basically get edited out in Photoshop, and then when it's like drawn and cleaned up and stuff. But I found it was easier for me to work very loosely in this kind of format. One of the things that really helped was not having pressure so much. Because whenever I think about making my own comics, I guess I think about the audience and I think, well, I have to make something that everyone's really gonna like, and there's just a bunch of pressure that builds up. But with Ozjay's thing, because I kind of liked his story, or actually I liked his story, and it's done already. I don't have to worry about it. It felt a bit more liberating. Plus, I didn't expect anyone would actually see this. I mean, you guys are seeing this, people who are watching Pointy Chins, but you know, not a ton of people are going to see this. So then I thought maybe the monster comes from the ground, so like rumbles, and then hand picks him up and squeezes him. And meanwhile, what's really happening is he's just like tangled up in his blanket, and then he wakes up, and then so it goes from this one. There's like a scene of him getting squeezed, and then showing what's really going on. Then he wakes up, and then he realizes, oh, it's just a dream. No, this is just a page where I was taking a break. So back to Ozjay. So now he's talking to his computer, and he boots it up, and he's looking for his at what's going on. Then surprise, we don't know what exactly that is, and then just like a deadpan expression. I figured like, no, he's just gonna look very like, and then goes crazy. Unplugs his tablet, tries to break it, and then the computer talks, Ozjay, stop. This is again break day, and then he's explaining, you know, you're whatever, you worked really hard, and never say the opposite ever again, whatever that thing was. And then he's thinking about it, and Frankie's, you know, telling him, so here we get a view into his room where the computer is, the placement of things. And he mentions the logos he made. So then I thought, okay, so he's gonna like look at the logo, because I felt in the other one he goes to the mall, but we don't get a sense of like how he got from his house to the mall. So I thought, okay, if we have the logo really evident on maybe like a restaurant flyer that just has a menu and things, then when we transition into the mall, we can have the same logo here. So this is just like him walking towards the mall, and this should, you know, enough stuff gives away that, yeah, okay, he's at a mall. Then we have the logo here, so you associate the two things. Like, okay, so we were looking at a flyer with a logo that we now see here, so he went there. Okay. And then the guy, you know, saying hi to him. So it goes from here, he opens the door, and then he's cooking, I guess, an egg. And then I wasn't sure exactly, you know, which one comes about first. These are just random. Another random page. Or anything interesting? No, not really. And then I thought, okay, so they're chatting. He's saying about how Ozjay brought about so much good business and stuff. And he's all like, oh, you know, bashful. And then he goes to his favorite place, which is the lingerie store. And just looks, and, you know, you get all these bras and panties and things. And the girls are like, ew, who's that? And I plan to have this one like here, because I kind of messed up. So I thought rather than, like, I could just crop this and then cut this, paste it here in Photoshop afterwards. So I decided I wanted to work on his jacket a bit more, because I didn't really get a sense of his character, and I don't think he even had a jacket in the first one, but I thought it might be cool if he has a jacket. So just a different variations. I'm trying to understand, just making up patterns, like what would look iconic. Kind of thought about Naruto and his jacket, and how I guess a lot of characters have like jackets that kind of represent them. Personally, I kind of like this one the most. I think it's got enough character. I think I like this one the most, and with this one's back, I guess. So I suppose this one's a front and this one's a back of it. The number 5 is because the way Ozjay writes Ozjay's with an O and then a 5 and then J-E-Y. So that's kind of a nod to the 5 in his name. All right, so this is just another break day. I don't know. Not much to say about these guys. When you see a guy with lipstick, again, probably messed up on the mouth. So this is him at home. And I thought, okay, let's do a close-up on the games he plays. And then he'll play video games while eating his food. And then gets into like this, I don't know, more cartoony form. So we get to see the environment. Like, I'm always thinking about where is a character and how do we show things and how do you make it more interesting. Like, what are the default views that you would normally think of? I suppose this one is pretty basic, just holding a thing, but it lets you know, okay, so it's some kind of video game and it's really showing the title off, okay. And then we get to see this, but then rather than do a front view, I thought if we're looking down on him, then I get to show what he's eating, how he sits, how he's kind of hunched over, and he has like, I don't know, some kind of thing in his hand, maybe like a kebab or something, and then a PlayStation-ish controller. And then what I liked about the story is it kind of lets you go in and out of styles. Like, you can be really, these things on the side are just nonsense, but you can be really unrealistic, so that's kind of fun. Then I wanted him to say like, hey, and I thought, well, this chibi one works. This was the first one I did, but I didn't really like it. It felt too, I thought the head is pretty ugly and it's not that cool. So here's when he sees the comment of the girl. Whoa, I got a comment, or not even a girl, he doesn't even know who it is yet, but like just typing ta. And then I decided like this is too close, so like move the monitor here, and then just looking, and reading the comments or looking through the gallery. Here's where he's criticizing it, like no discernible talent or something like that. And he thinks about it, and then he notices that it says female. Female. Click. And that's quite a wonky. A lot of the drawings are pretty wonky. I just wanted to get the idea down as soon as possible, but that's definitely stuff that needs to be fixed. And then random drawings, just on the side. Blood comes out of his nose, and that's pretty much the end of the chapter. After that, just copy and paste. Oh, it's the girl of his dreams, and then I would just have a picture from the earlier version of the girl when she was in the dream sequence, and then the more recent one. And so after that, I just went back to my regular things. Very pushed. I wanted to draw this person sort of from different angles, and it's not really a great likeness, but it's okay. Just pushing things, playing around with styles. It was pretty fun to work on the comic, actually, but I didn't like the cleanup process nearly as much. I much rather just enjoyed the sketch process. I figure if I ever would work on comics, I wouldn't be able to be the inker, or maybe I would need assistants or something, because I'm just too damn lazy to do all the little extra stuff, and prefer just coming up with ideas and then moving on. So here's just character design things. I like playing around with designs, and in this case I just put dots and how many dots and where do you put them, and just to, I mean, it doesn't have a point, it's just experimenting with, well, what looks good or not. Playing around with really, really tiny necks and pretty slim bodies at this point. Different shapes, I guess hand study, and yeah, I suppose it's pretty random overall. Here I'm working with different body types. Okay, so here's some skinnier woman, and then here's some more fat woman. Here's just sort of a trailer trashy hillbilly type woman. I don't know what's going on here. She's grabbing something or holding a plate. Not sure what that is. And here's a very skinny person as well. So a lot of experiments. Not sure what's what. Trying dynamic poses. I don't think I succeeded really. One of the ways of making things pretty dynamic is you just add debris and stuff flying around. And a person looks like there's a lot more action going on than there really is. And here, working on proportions again, I tend to go back to the start because I still haven't, nailed it. I worked with this, and it's kind of similar to what I was doing in that the OzJ comic, but then there's also like this more skinny style, and I'm not sure because these two definitely, at least as far as I'm concerned, they don't fit in the same world. So because I don't have one style, it's very hard for me to stick to anything, because at times, and this is part of my disorder, but I will like certain things and draw in a certain way, and then other days, if a different, if you want to call it personality or whatever is out, draws differently, and that's very difficult because I don't know what I can work on or how to work on it. Because I do understand that if you want to get good at something, you have to do it a lot, and then you refine and refine and refine, and after doing it so many times, you get to the point of mastery. But if you don't have a fixed style and you keep jumping all over the place, then you're never going to reach that point of mastery. So here, playing around with very skinny legs, pretty skinny arms, but actually the arms are almost as fat as the legs. But again, it's keeping style in mind. Trying a different body type again. Really, really thin and long, stretched. And then contrasting that with less stretched figures and different body shapes. Here, think about pushing the neck really far forward. And I've done this body type quite a few times with this slouch. It's just, I don't know, just a thing. So here's a bit more fat and stout. Not fat, when I'm saying fat, I don't mean fat like body fat. I just mean like wider shapes, more chunky shapes. I guess you could call it more chunky and stout, as opposed to very thin. Like this one's super thin, this one's not so thin. It's still kind of thin, but not so much. So yeah, just some drawings of K, I guess. I don't mind this eye as much, but I don't really like this face at all. I realized, going back to my own comic, it's kind of tough. I'm not really happy with my own things, so next month we're gonna keep trucking on, and hopefully I get more happy with things. So I hope it was okay that I did something a bit different. I hope I didn't annoy anyone too much with my terrible accents. OzJ is German, so I was kind of going for a German thing. I really don't think I pulled it off. But anyway, I hope you got something out of this, and thanks for watching.